because it's that important. So,
yep.
All right, let's move on to safety, Tim, and talk about some of these numbers here. Lorenzo Styles Jr. out of Ohio State stole the show with a 4.27 40 off the freaking charts. Robert Spears Jennings out of Oklahoma. You're seeing this year, you're seeing Oklahoma a lot. And I'm going to tell you, a college you're not seeing a lot of, Tim, is Ole Miss. Ole Miss dominated the draft last year. Yeah. This year, I'm more surprised with how many Oklahoma guys are there. Obviously, Ohio State's always towards the top, right? But Oklahoma, it just seems like every position group, there's somebody in the top 5 where you go, dang, Oklahoma must have been pretty loaded. Don't know what that says for their coaching staff in college that you didn't accomplish more, but a lot of pro athletes here. So Robert Spears Jennings at Oklahoma, 4.32. You got Traydon Stukes out of Arizona, 4.33. This was a fascinating one, guys. On our draft board, I went back and did a little research today, and if my research was correct, Traydon Stukes, he's listed as a cornerback on both PFF and the consensus big board. However, on NFL.com, he's listed as a safety. All right. So 2-to-1 there, you would think, okay, we'll put it at corner. We went and looked at his snaps. He played the majority of his snaps in the slot and safety. So it was slot first, safety second, and very, very minimal snaps on the boundary on the outside. Okay. So we're going to list him as a cornerback, but if you'll notice on our draft board, you're going to see he's going to be listed as a cornerback. I'm going to light him up blue, and it's going to say slot/safety. So he's a slot corner first, safety second, although NFL.com seems to be projecting him more as a safety. But Traydon Stukes showed up and showed out of Arizona, a 4.33 40 for him. Dillon Thieneman out of Oregon, 4.35. He had a great combine. The gauntlet looks so effortless for him, man. I think somebody's going to get a damn good safety there. Jalon Kilgore at 4.40. VJ Payne, 4.40. Bud Clark, 4.41. Dalton Johnson, 4.41. Kamari Ramsey out of USC, a 4.47. Xavier Noapanka, if I'm saying that right. No, I'll butcher it. We'll just say Xavier out of Iowa, 4.48. Michael Taff out of Texas, 4.50. AJ Halsey, 4.52. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, one of the top safeties in the draft, 4.52. That's still a good 40 for a safety. And then a Bishop Fitzgerald, 4.55. Tim, there are some freaks at the safety position this year. I mean, this is insane. You have 4 safeties that ran a sub 4.3 40. And this is what I'm talking about. If you're sitting there at 52 and somehow, some way, one of these guys fall and the board's showing them as the 30th best prospect, I'm not going to be surprised if Goody pulls the trigger on safety.
Yeah. The thought's got to cross your mind. And, give X a lifetime contract as far as I'm concerned. But let's be real, he's not going to be here forever, right? Yep. We feel real good about Evan Williams. The future is bright on the other side. You got Javon Bullard, a guy who can play in the slot and play the back end. But the idea that, you could be – 1 or 2 bad drafts or bad moves away from having a safety room that we had just a few short seasons ago, playing musical chairs back there. So I would not at all bat an eyelash thinking that, we wouldn't grab a safety in this draft. I don't know about how early, but I could see it happening. Again, not a top tier position to need this year for us, but can always get better on the back end, right?
Yeah. As Coach says here, this is a great point. We're all complaining about special teams, right? Yep. You need a safety to help with special teams. Maybe you go get one of these guys and one of these top safeties. Let's say let's go to the 10-yard split now, and we'll see who did there. Like Lorenzo Styles at Ohio State. I don't even know where he's at on our board. Let me see if I can locate him real quick, because I know we've got at the safety position, we've got Caleb Downs at the top. Now, obviously, Caleb Downs did not go to the combine. And I understand that may tick some people off, and I get that. I mean, he was there, but he didn't do the drills. He was there, though. But I understand that may tick people off. Caleb Downs, they said, was the best player on the Alabama football team his freshman year. And, of course, he ends up transferring to Ohio State. So Caleb Downs, hands down, is the best safety in this draft, okay? Then it goes down to McNeil-Warren at 24, Dillon Thieneman at 26, and then you've got to go down to AJ Halsey at 48. This is before the RAS bonuses, but it shouldn't shift a whole lot. We got Keontae Scott, kind of marked as a versatile safety / cornerback. So he's probably more of a cornerback than a safety, at least according to NFL.com. Then we got Zaki Wheatley out of Penn State in the 75 spot. Then you got to go down to Genesis Smith at 94, Kamari Ramsey at 97. So when you look at these, Traydon Stukes, Tim, as you can see here, second in the 10-yard split at 150. He's in the 105 spot on our board. What if he's there at 84? What if he's 84 would be like, okay, it's a little bit of a reach. If he's there at 120, why would you not run the floor?
Yeah, you got to think about it, right?
Makes a lot of sense.
Definitely. And he's not that far off of Styles there, 1.49, 1.50. We're splitting hairs here on the split time. And definitely Stukes is definitely higher on our radar than Styles Jr., right? Styles Jr. is 232 on PFF. Where is he on our board?
Who's that again?
Lorenzo Styles Jr.
Lorenzo Styles Jr. This is what's crazy. We don't have now. What did you say he was on PFF?
232 right now.
That's going to help him. We have a 580 on the consensus big board on him. So now he jumps to 406. Do they have rankings for his PFF grade on that draft card there? Do you see that or no? If not, I think you've got the thinner version, don't you? So,
yeah, no, I don't have it.
I'll grab it right quick. We'll go ahead and put this in real time, and we'll see how far he jumps up because he was buried on our board.
He definitely helped himself, though, at the combine, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Let's see where he's at. So they've got him at 232 on the PFF big board, right? So 2025 is the only grade he's got. He was 539. So that hurts him there. We're going to put it in anyway, though. That's going to bring him back down a touch. So the final grade that we have on him as it sits right now before the RES bonus is 450.3. So he's looking like an undrafted free agent. But again, if people see these numbers at the combine and fall in love with him, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they go and nab him, right? So
exactly.
Let's do this.
Another way that we pick up a safety, right? It could be a UDFA situation here.
Absolutely. So when we're looking at the RAS, I'll just keep this up on the screen. Actually, let's do this. Let me get us over to let's go to the vertical. We'll let it sit on the vertical because I think these guys did verticals. Yeah. Just kind of give you guys a little bit of an explosion there. Again, Dillon Thieneman dominating 41 inches. He was second to Genesis Smith. Genesis Smith is an interesting prospect too. That's another guy that the Packers might potentially take. And I don't look at the measure. I haven't looked at the measurables. I don't know if whether or not he checks all the boxes, but obviously 42.5 inches. He's showing plenty of explosion.
6'2", 204 with a 42.5 inch vert. Hello.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, what was his 40 time? Genesis Stukes. Let's see here. Smith. I'm sorry, Genesis Smith. Did he run? He didn't run, did he?
Oh, no. Do we not have a 40 time?
So he did not run the 40. So that's probably smart on his part, like they'll look at that vertical and go, okay, at the pro day, we really need to key in on his speed. So not sure why he didn't run, but yeah. All right. So when we look at the RESs, I'm
78th, by the way. I found the data on him. 78th on PFF.
Got it. Appreciate that. All right. So we got with the RESs, here's the lead on the RESs, okay? They've got it broken down on the RES website by free safety and strong safety, okay? So the free safeties, Bud Clark, 932 at the top of the list right now. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, 913. And notice you don't see McNeil Warren at the top of the page here with the 40 time, right? Like he's second from last, but still a 4.52 is a good 40 for a safety. Not bad at all. So Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo, 913. Kamari Ramsey, 861. Dalton Johnson, 765. And then when we switch over to strong safety, and the way that they've got it separated here on RAS, Jalon Kilgore. All right. Jalon Kilgore leads the way at 997. Did Jalon Kilgore, he did run the 40, 4.4 flat. So Jalon Kilgore really helped him out. I mean, Tim, that's damn near a perfect RAS, 997, man. So,
that's crazy. Yeah, did a lot of help for himself.
Yeah. Where's Kilgore on our board or on the PFF board, if you don't mind?
PFF's got him at 154 ranked on their board, and then 384th of the corners. They got him listed as a corner.
Got it. Next, you got Xavier out of Iowa, 995. How would you say that name? Wankpa?
Where are we at?
I didn't even on the screen for you, is it? Let me see if I can find it over here for you. I need help with this. This one right here, Tim. How would you say that last name, sir?
Yeah, I think the N silent. Wankpa?
Wankpa?
Yeah.
Funny name.
We'll call him X.
Yeah, we'll just call him X. All right, so anyway, he's got a 995. People going to know how to say his name real quick because he's dominated the combine. VJ Payne out of Kansas State is a 986. Robert Spears Jennings, 978. Dillon Thieneman, 967. And then Bishop Fitzgerald, it drops all the way down to a 650 out of USC. So, Tim, my question for you is, you got the PFF board pulled up, right? Mm-hmm. Where is Wankpa? Nwankpa. Where do we have him at? On the PFF board.
Xavier, he is 292, 330th of
Got it.
safeties.
So he's significantly lower. So we'll keep an eye on him. He may be rising up boards. VJ Payne, Tim, you can just type in Payne. Safety out of Kansas State.
204, 245 out of safeties.
So you're seeing these guys that are scoring in the high nines and RAS, and they're low on the board. Somebody's going to go get – I mean, imagine someone like that gunning on special teams like Coach Lynn was talking about.
Yeah, that's a great point. And that's a good roster spot to use for that, right? You know, you get a little bit of depth in your safety room, and then you've got a special teamer for sure.
Absolutely. And of course, Dillon Thieneman's going to be long gone, right? I think we would all agree. He's going to be – I don't even know where he's at on our board. Let me try to check real quick. But he is definitely way, way up toward the top. Thieneman, some people –
first-round pick. He's a first-round pick.
Is he? Where do they got him on the PFF?
I mean, he's 15 on PFF. Mm-hmm. They got him as the 6th ranked safety in the draft.
We got him in the 26th spot. So I'm with you. There's no way he's going to fall to 52. No way. So, and to be honest with you, Tim, I feel good about that because I hate the idea of spending the 52nd pick on a safety. I really do. Yeah. What you want the board to do is fall to where when we pick at 52, there's offensive linemen and cornerbacks at the top of our board, Tim. We go, okay, there we go, right? Worst case scenario, maybe linebacker if Quay doesn't return, right? Maybe you go that route. So that's how I look at the board. I know many people like to look at the draft process and they're like, okay, this is my favorite player. That's my favorite player. I hope he's there when we pick. For me, it's like, please, sweet 7.5-pound baby Jesus, let the board have the best players available when we pick, or just a cluster of a position of need. We can sit back and go, Goody, pick whichever one you want, as opposed to you got 3 players from positions you don't necessarily see as priorities for you this year. And he goes down 30 spots and gets somebody else, right? That's the hard stuff. So
Thieneman, though, interesting one to look at, man. Look at that. Another Oregon Duck, reminds me of Mr. Williams. They're churning out safeties there in Oregon for sure,
bro. And that's something I want to do here on RAS, and it's what I like about the RAS website. You can actually sort by college. I'm going to do it off screen here, so y'all ain't got to endure all the ads. But if we go to Oregon here, so in terms of the prospects that have RASs for them right now, we keep hearing these names, right? And the offensive line are going to be performing tomorrow. We're going to be doing a live stream for that as well, guys. We'll bring you all that information in real time. But Dillon Thieneman from Oregon, 9.67. Kenyon Sadiq, 9.44. Arguably, top 3. Kenyon Sadiq, I think, is the best tight end in the draft. Thieneman's probably the 2nd or 3rd best safety in the draft, right? Caleb Downs is off the charts. So, but you go on down, Emmanuel Pregnon, one of the best guards in the draft. We're going to see him coming up this weekend. Yep. I imagine he's going to be performing. Another one, Noah Whittington, running back, probably going to be, hopefully he's at the combine today. That's a guy to keep an eye on out of Oregon. Oregon's got several prospects in this draft where you go, man, they really showed out.
Absolutely. Especially in the secondary, right? We know we've grabbed a lot of them Georgia Bulldogs in the trenches and, linebackers, but Oregon seems to be, churning out tight ends and safeties, I think, the last couple of years.
Really have, man. I mean, whether you like Oregon or not, they're churning out the prospects. Notre Dame, Eli Raridan's the only one with a complete RAS of 9.81 right now. However, Malachi Fields is going to be performing today. I'm pretty sure he's at the combine. Malachi Fields is interesting, guys. He transferred from Virginia. That was an NIL deal. The Irish went and got him, and he's a jump ball receiver. Like Daniel Jeremiah loves him. I wasn't as big on him at Notre Dame. You guys are going, Clayton, you don't like anybody at Notre Dame or Kentucky, do you? Hopefully you've caught on. I try to be very, very unbiased, right? Like I don't want to come across like that's my favorite college teams, therefore they're the best prospects. Right. So I feel like, and hopefully it comes across like this too, I try to judge them harder than any other schools so I can really remove my bias. But when you look at the way Daniel Jeremiah and Dane Brugler talk about Malachi Fields, Tim, they think he's going to be a dominant force, or he has the potential to be dominant at the NFL level. So that's a guy to look out for. Emil Wagner at the offensive tackle position, a little bit later in the draft. I want to feel like 3rd or later. I could be wrong there. I don't know where PFF has Emil Wagner. He's an offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Of course, Jeremiah Love.
157 on Emil Wagner.
There you go. So you're looking at, 5th, 6th round, something like that probably?
Possibly, yeah. They got him 133rd out of tackles.
Got it. And then you've got Jeremiah Love is going to be the top running back taken. He's going to be a top 10 pick, maybe top 5 pick. He is just a lot of fun to watch. I don't care to show my bias there. If you guys seen him run this year, he was unbelievable.
Who wouldn't want to see Jay Love handing the ball off to Jay Love in Green Bay, right?
What a dream.
I don't think we're going to be able to get our hands on
no.
on Mr.
You never
Love.
want to be picking high enough in the draft to have a shot at somebody like that.
Exactly.
Billy Scrouth is an offensive guard from Notre Dame. We'll see where he goes. And then, of course, Jadarian Price is very interesting. Arguably the best kick returner in all of college football last year, and you're going to get a solid backup running back as well. I heard several people that were not Notre Dame podcasters, just national sports media. And we know how the national sports media really likes to hate on Notre Dame for, the reasons that are obvious. We're not going to go down that road right now. But they were saying that if Jeremiah Love did not play college football last year, Notre Dame would still have the best running back in college football in Jadarian Price. I mean, that's how good he's been listed. Now, whether you think that's true or not, I can understand that argument. I personally don't think he was the second best running back in college football. But, boy, on kick return, the extra value there, Jadarian Price is going to be somebody to look for probably in the second round, I would imagine.
And running back, I feel like, is another one of those positions that I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, obviously, we're not going to go up and get one of these guys super early. But, hearing that they didn't tender Emmanuel Wilson, you never know. Marshawn Lloyd is a question mark. Beyond Josh Jacobs, I mean, I wouldn't put it past the Packers to grab somebody late round or maybe a UDFA just to fill out that room.
Yeah, completely agree, man. We had a question here. Actually, that's going to do it for this segment. If you guys are watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. How do you feel about the safety position? How do you feel about the Packers potentially drafting a safety? I am really curious to know. Everybody, fire your opinion in there. You're not going to get judged for your opinion. We ask you guys to get involved in the comments because we want to truly know how do you feel about these specific positions of needs. That's why it's called Packer Fan Total Access. We want this to be kind of a collective group of fans coming together and giving our opinions. So let us know how you feel about the safeties. What pick would you feel comfortable with the Packers drafting a safety? Maybe your opinion is no, don't want a safety in this draft. I completely understand that as well. Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button for us. Hit subscribe. Click the bell icon as well.